a basic core and pelvic stability workout. You're going to want a little bit of padding to put underneath your head. So you're going to get your feet lined up. They're about hip distance, hip bone distance. Toes are pointing straight ahead. Toes are lined up. You're going to be fairly close to your feet. You're going to lie down. Your head is supported enough so that the low ribs are down on the ground without a lot of effort. Your hip bones, pubic bone should be roughly parallel. Arms are out to the side. You're going to take a big inhale, feel your rib cage expand. On your exhale, you're going to pull your pelvic floor muscles in, contract your abdominals, bring your low back down to the mat. Don't squeeze your butt. Don't push your feet. Let your low back float back up to the neutral position. Try to relax upper body. Again, exhale. Pull the abdominals and pelvic floor in. And inhale. Let it go. And again, exhale. Try not to squeeze the butt or push into the feet. And let it go. 2 more. And now we're going to go into pelvic curl. So we start exactly the same. Inhale, expand the ribs. Exhale, draw the pelvic floor in, abdominals in, low back comes down. Make sure you get your low back all the way down. Squeeze your butt, push into your heels, roll through to a bridge position. Keep those ribs down. Inhale. Exhale, melt back down into the mat. Roll through the spine. Come all the way back. Low back floats up off the mat. Inhale. Exhale, we go again. We start with the abdominals, then we squeeze the butt, push into the heels. Roll through. I'm really squeezing my butt at the top to get the pelvis high, but I'm keeping my ribs low. Exhale, rolling back down. Try to keep those knees parallel. All the way home, low back floats up. Inhale. Exhale. Abdominals start, then I squeeze the butt, rolling up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, rolling back down. 2 more. Try to relax the face and the neck. Exhale, rolling back up. Rolling back down. Last one here. Rolling up. And rolling back down. Come back to your neutral pelvis. That means your hip bones and your pubic bone are roughly level. Put your hands on those hip bones. In fact, you can sort of stick your thumbs under there and kind of stabilize that pelvis a little bit with your hands. Left foot light on the mat. On the exhale, you're going to float your right leg up to tabletop. Inhale, pause. Exhale, float it back down. And again, right side. And now what I want you to imagine is that this is just a hinge movement. The leg is just moving in that pelvis. The pelvis is absolutely still, does not move at all. So what might be happening is that right hip bone might be coming up closer to your ear. You're going to try to keep that long. And down. You might also be sort of kicking the knee open before you move. Try not to do that. So imagine it's the thigh bone just hinging in the socket. 2 more. As it comes up to vertical, imagine it's sinking a little bit deeper into the socket. And floating away. Last one here, moving on the exhale. And back down. We go to the other side. And and try not to push into that right foot or let the right knee wobble. And notice the low back is not changing. That arch remains the same. And pelvis is not rolling. And Last one here. And shh. Keep it up there. Bring the other one up to meet it. Shh. Pelvis did not move. Now I want you to bring your knees together. I want you to let your low back drop all the way down to the mat. You're going to interlace your fingers behind your head. It's a full interlace, webbing to webbing right in the middle of the back of the head. The elbows are lifted just a little bit. You could move your pads out of the way if you want. Take an inhale to prepare. On your exhale, I want you to imagine you're folding in half. Your low back is heavy on the mat. Your head is pressing backwards. Inhale at the top, pause, and exhale, rolling back down. And again, we prepare on the inhale. On the exhale, we contract the abdominals to come up nice and high. Chin is tucked at the top. And shh. And shh. Shh. Last one. You're going to stay up there. Shh. Reach around behind the backs of your thighs. Pull yourself up a little bit higher. Your low back should be super heavy on the mat. Chin is tucked. You're folding in half. Re-interlace your fingers behind your head. You can see your elbows and your peripheral vision. I want you to bring your left shoulder up and over towards that right hip bone. And come to center. Right shoulder up and over. Pelvis doesn't move. And center. And shh. And center, low back's heavy. And shh. And center, don't let the pelvis wiggle around. Shh. And center. And shh. And center, two more. Shh. And center. Shh. And center. Last one. Shh. And center. And shh. And center. Roll your head down. Bring your hands back down by your sides. Bring one leg down. Bring the second leg down. Good. Let's grab those pads again. And back under your head. Ribs are heavy. Pelvis is in neutral. So you have your space under your low back. Your hip bones and your pubic bone are roughly level. Left foot's light on the mat. You're not going to move your pelvis at all. You're going to slide the right leg out on the mat. And on an exhale, shh, back in. And again, shh. And shh. I want you to think about the work coming from the center line versus the outer line or the top of the leg. So you could almost imagine there's a little ball between your thighs and you're squeezing on that ball as the leg slides out. Let's switch sides. And shh. And in. You should also feel your low abs turn on. So imagine those hip bones drawing towards each other as you slide the leg out. And shh. Three more. Shh. And shh. And shh. Shh. Last one. Shh. And shh. Good. I want you to bring your low back down to the mat. You're going to bring your right leg up to tabletop. You're going to bring your left leg up to tabletop. Low back's heavy. You're going to bring your legs together. You're going to interlace your fingers behind your head. I want you to curl back up into your crunch position. Low back's down on the mat. Head is pressing backwards. You can see your elbows. Now, I want you to just float your right leg away. Take an inhale. Don't let that low back come up. And shh. Right side again. So imagine this is coming from the core. And shh. And out. And shh. Three more. And shh. Stay up nice and high. And shh. Last Last one. Don't let that back come up. Shh. Other side. And shh. And shh. Here's 4. And shh. Here's 3. And shh. Here's 2. And shh. Last 1. And shh. Roll the head and chest down. Low back still down. Right leg down. Left leg down. Good. Take the pads out from under your head. Roll to your side. And then you're going to roll onto your stomach. You're going to widen your feet about as wide as the mat. You could put one of those pads under your forehead if you want. You're going to bring your hands down by your sides. Palms are facing your hips. I want you to roll your collarbones wide. I want you to have a feeling of nice, soft low back. So pubic bone, pelvis pressing into the mat. Abs are pulling in a little bit. I want you to press your arms into your sides. And then I want to reach the crown of your head away from you. And you're going to hover up just a little bit. I want that action to come from the upper back. You're squeezing the arms. You're rolling the collarbone wide. Feet are down. Now, I want you to imagine what would it feel like to use your upper back to lift your head and chest just a little bit. And then you're going to lower it just a little. And again, you're lengthening, reaching the crown of the head away, using the upper back to lift, squeezing the arms. And a tiny release. And again, lengthen and upper back lifts. And release. And here's 2. And release. Low back is not working. We lengthen and lift. Holding that, feeling the upper back working. I want you to squeeze your arms just a little bit more. And squeeze. Abs are lifting in and up. Here's 4. Keep rolling the shoulders wide. And 3. And 2. And 1. You're going to lengthen yourself. Come all the way down and rest. You're going to come into your child's pose position. So lengthen that back. Take a couple of deep breaths here. I want you to feel your tailbone sinking down. The low back is rounded here. If this is not a good position for your knees, you can sit cross-legged. And just walk your hands out just a little bit more. Try to straighten the arms. Push into the ground and push your tailbone down. Walk your hands in. Push yourself up. Just sit up nice and tall. You could sit up on these pads if you wanted. If that feels better for you. You could use a yoga brick there. Let those knees sink down. Sit bones are heavy. I want you to draw the ribs in. Sit them nice and tall. Shoulders are relaxed. And we're just going to do a little seated roll down. I want you to feel that the core is pulling in and up as you roll over. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, rolling back up tall. Try to relax the shoulders. Ribs are drawing in. And inhale at the bottom. And exhale, rolling back up. Use your abdominals here, not gravity. 2 more. And go ahead and sink off your sit bones a little bit here so you can round that low back even more. And exhale, rolling back up. And last one. And thank you, my friends.